Is he forgotten? Smoking. How are we looking? Why don't I try myself? Bear with me, gentlemen. By morning, gentlemen. Quality's not great. Gentlemen, quality's not great. Gentlemen, quality's not great. But it could be worse. We're gonna go with it. See how we do here. Hopefully that quality cleans up. Should, if I don't mess with this. Just doing a little shop cleanup. And I've got a lot to do as far as that goes. Ugh. At least the audio is good, but the whole stream itself, maybe not so much. This is decent. I just need better Wi-Fi connection out here. She's just tapping around them. Decent. Okay. I can work with that. Feel free to drop anything in the chat. Again, just kind of a shop organization because I realized today that everything is a mess. I'm going to try to rectify that. Site tapes, don't really need those out. Oh, I like these a lot. These FMJs are certainly pretty, that's for sure. I definitely like these. But I don't like how the camera is exposed. So I'm going to adjust that real quick. Hang on, bear with me here. I think that'll be better. See how that looks. Oh yeah, that's better-ish. Good enough, I think. Yeah, that'll work. Maybe that. I don't even know where to start. Oh. Not horrible. What can you do? One, two, three, 5, 6, 8. These are a secret, but you will see these in an upcoming video here. These are for a certain hunt that I need a really long arrow for, if you have any guesses. But we have not released that video yet, so you didn't see those. It's the lens cap. Now the camera gear, that is where I'm struggling right now the most. These are basically junk. What do you expect? Let's clean off these lenses. This lens is junk, unfortunately. I didn't want to be hurt so bad, it hurts so bad. Oh, I just put a big old fingerprint on there. That's okay. What does this sound like? Get that off. I don't like that music. Get that off. I don't like that music. Ooh, that's rough. Apologies, that's horrible. Always seems like whenever I'm filming, that's when the neighbors decide they want to get really loud for some reason. Go figure, right? I don't understand that. Feel free to drop something. Drop a comment. I definitely can't do this alone. Well, I definitely can, actually. I'm doing it right now. Okay, these are good. Do that. This goes here. That ain't gonna work. And the neighbors that leave their dog out 24/7, that doesn't help either. Should really probably call somebody about them. Doesn't seem like that's right. I don't own a dog, but I feel like you're not supposed to leave a dog outside 24/7. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not going to give you one good reason. You can watch my content and see if you like it, but I just make it. I'm not going to tell you to subscribe, but I would say if you like archery content and hunting, then subscribe. Okay, well, perfect. get some of this stuff organized. Releases. You know, I filmed a video on this release, so if you haven't watched it, go watch it. I like it for what it is. It's super cheap, and it's kind of a joke. But if you're looking for a budget release, and you're not looking to spend the kind of money that you spend on one of these, I would not tell you to not get this Amazon budget release. It's linked in my most recent video. So I'm not going to tell you where to find it. Go watch the video and then you'll figure it out. Don't know what that's for. Don't know what this is for. Problem is when you get camera accessories, you get a whole bunch of just like not so good tools. And then you're kind of, for me, they end up just collecting in a pile. I'm not a huge fan of that. Let's get this hung up, though. Vinyl harness, chest rig. Sweet. Let's cover that, though, just in case the birds get in here. Nothing. That's good. That there. The DJI mics there. Sony lens cap there. That's junk. That I have no idea what it does. Wait a second. Maybe I do. Nope. Never mind. Oh, speaking of birds, I've got to seal this off. Oh my Lord. I'll be right back. Bear with me. Go, get out of here, you stupid birds. Other way. No, not that way. Problem is, they're too used to me. Oh, come on, you dummies. Whatever. It's hopeless. It's hopeless. And I probably lost all the viewers. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Shocker. I'll always keep every Allen wrench I ever receive because they seem to be very difficult. It always seems to be very difficult to find the one you need and the size you need. And my lovely wife came in here and was looking for something, and now I can't find anything. But that's okay. That's okay. We can get past that. High bow level. My goodness. These finches are out of control. It's ridiculous. I mean, they've really made a mess of this whole place. It's really annoying. I don't know. What can you do, I guess? Tamron lens. Alcohol. Wraps. Lighted Knox. More wraps. Which I don't need anymore. Nothing in there. Okay, we're going to let you guys out of here. I really didn't want to open this door, but this is enough for me. I've had it. Get out. Please get out of here. Wrong way. Go down. Go out the garage. Craziness. These birds, dude. This is not their home, but they sure think it is. I like the Darton a lot. I have not always shot the Darton. I've shot Bear, PSC, and though I've never owned a Hoyt, I have shot a bunch of Hoyts. And I know a lot of guys like Hoyt, but personally, I just don't like Hoyt. But that's my personal preference. Darton's what I like. It's what I shot, what I enjoyed, and so I keep shooting it. I do have the Tritech on order. If that ever comes in, who knows? I'm waiting for my archery shop because I was trying to do the right thing and, you know, order through them to give them business, a small business and whatnot. But it has been like, what's the date? The 3rd. I think I ordered it first week of January. So it's been well over 2 months now, or 2 months. Regardless, it's been way too long. And unfortunately, I'm probably not going to be ordering through an archery shop anymore. I'm just going to order it myself and do it myself. I mean, I know that's not what you should do. You should support your local business, but my local business isn't supporting me. So it's a give and take there, and I'm not getting anything in return. I tried, but from now on, it's just kind of the way it's going to have to be, because, you know, I do have a lot of things in mind. I don't just go to buy a bow. I want to hunt turkey with it. I have a lot of video to wait a month or 2 months for a bow. I don't know. It's kind of crazy to me, and it's frustrating. It's very frustrating. And my live is jumping all around like crazy. So hopefully it's not that bad. But yeah, so, but to answer your question, I do really love the Darton. If I had to recommend a beginner bow to anybody, it would be this one right here. If you can afford to go, a little bit above just the baseline, the Bear adapts and things like that, I'd recommend this. I've heard good things about the Bowtechs that are in the same price range. But for me, if I had to recommend a beginner bow, or not even beginner, just a step below flagship, it would be this one right here. And for those of you who don't know, this is the Darton Consequence 2, and I love it. I think it's a great bow. That being said, I still want an upgrade, and I haven't got it yet. And that's all I'm going to talk about it, because I don't need to dwell on it. But it is frustrating. Yeah, unfortunately, that's just the way it is. Seems to, unless you go to like Podium Archery, one of their shops in person, I think he would care a lot. But I just don't think these guys. I don't know. It's like you just don't feel like a priority. And I've spent a lot of money with them too, and it's like, well. Now, granted, they tune a bow really well, but again, I gotta have things in a timely fashion. And I've looked; there's plenty of the Dartons available right now, so I can't blame it on Darton. Let's get this. This gimbal is sweet, and I'm gonna start using this a lot more. But it's gonna take some getting used to and some learning. But it is very cool. I do like it a lot. Yeah, we're going to do some, this will be good for things like when I go out to Bowfest and stuff like that. That will be really nice to have. So I'm just trying to get all the camera gear kind of in the right spot, same spot. And once that's all in the same spot, then I can tackle kind of the rest of this. We are going to throw away some junk. Don't need this. Well, I need those, but I don't need those out. This Gimbal does not balance very well by itself without a camera on it, though. It's kind of sketchy. Audio stuff will go down here. Audio and batteries, because they are what requires the most charge. Gimbal, lenses. I'd rather flip these up that way, though. I think that's better. Those are for my studio lights, remotes that I don't use. What branch? What do you mean? Of the Army or military? I'm not in the military. This is First Light camo. This is a hunting camouflage. Thank God. Let's see. Move this somewhere over here. Continue this fiasco. Sweet, decent up there. Some aero building stuff. Lighter, hot melt, scale, knife. More Allen keys, which I don't think you can ever have too many of these. Oh, no. The job that my real job is I got to wear a respirator pretty often, and they haven't changed their policy. So we can still, the only facial hair you can have is a mustache, which, whatever. You know, most respirators are designed to seal, even over facial hair now. That's a very outdated policy, but is what it is. It's not a big deal. But yeah, I could definitely see where you're coming from. It's very silly, in my opinion. The real reason is they just want all their guys clean cut, which I can understand that and just be out front and say that it's not for a respirator. It's because you want everybody clean cut, which is fine. But don't say it's because it's for a respirator. That's just not factual. What's everybody in the comments shooting? Drop it down below. Let me know what bow you are running for 2026. I always like hearing that kind of stuff. If you're filming, you can never have enough of these. These are K&F Concept microfibers, but any microfiber cloth, these are a game changer. Especially in the little packs like this, they're really cheap and they're easy to open. You can use them a couple times, you can reuse them, or you can just use them one time, make them a one-time use thing. But I'm a big fan of those. It's that lens cap. Where's my Allen keys? Here they are. Allen keys. Nice. Got a bunch of keys that are like the same size. I guess that must be just ones that I've got, and they're all the same size. Matthews Arc 34, nice. How do you like it? I've heard mixed reviews. I've heard some people love it, and I've heard some people say it wasn't enough change from the lift. But I counter that when people say it's not a big change from the lift. It's like, what else could they have done? Like, they did the tuning, right? The easy tuning. I mean, the lift was already a pretty dang good bow. Like, I don't know. So what do you think of it? Shot a Hoyt last few years, bought the Arc 34, sold it. Interesting. Okay, so right off the bat. So the glue is shooting Matthews. L Gentry says you bought an Arc 34 and sold it, and you've got an AX3 and an RX10. Money bags, dang. That's awesome though. That's interesting you say that. So I'll be honest. I shoot a Darton because I like the way Darton feels. It's not because anybody's obviously paying me. I just like it. But if I prefer it over Matthews and Hoyt. But if I had to rank them, it would be Hoyt. Well, it would be Darton, Matthews, Hoyt. But that's from I've shot more Hoyts than I have Matthews. So that's just my opinion, but that's just what I thought. So I'm interested it's interesting to hear that you sold your ARC. Those just came out too. Dang. Well, I hope you like those Hoyts. You've got well, we all know they're expensive. I'm not gonna dog on you in that. Good for you. That's awesome. I think if I bought 2 brand new bows, well, I'm not sure I'd be married anymore. I think it's pretty good compared to my Lift 29.5, but I was pretty close to buying the Darton this year. I wish Darton was a tad lighter because I like to put weight in my stabilizers. That's true. The Dartons are definitely not the lightest. That is for sure. I cannot dispute that. But I kind of like a little bit of a heavier bow. Not crazy, but I don't mind a little heavier bow. I don't put much weight on my stabilizers because I just try to let the pin float. I'm really trying to get to the point where I can trust that pin, like Joel Turner talks about a lot. And I feel like a heavier bow helps me a touch, but at the end of the day, they're all pretty dang close. But yeah, the Hoyts are definitely not the lightest, or the Dartons are definitely not the lightest. I got the Tritech 33 because I wanted something a little lighter. I'm planning on doing a lot more ground hunting this year, doing a lot more 3D events, things like that. So I wanted the longer bow for stability. I'll be in a tree stand sometime still and in a saddle this fall. And if I hate it, then I've always got this to go back to. This is a 29. 29. So I've always got that to go back to if I really want a shorter bow, for a few tree stands or saddle sits. But that's also kind of why I got the 33 instead of I was on the fence of going all the way to the 35, but I decided that the 33 was kind of a good hybrid. That's my thinking, at least. Could I be 100% wrong? Yeah, absolutely. I really tried to love the ARC. It has its merits for sure. Stable bow, long ATA. It just didn't feel good. Had 0 valley, like to jump off the wall. Good target bow, 2 jumping for hunting. That's kind of what I've heard. I've especially heard that about the valley. Like there's nothing. You're just pulling, and then all of a sudden you're at the back wall. So, which I've heard similar things about the Tritech too. So I'll be in, but the ones that I've shot it wasn't that bad. So I think that ARC's probably a little better or worse in that regard, whichever way you want to look at it. But yeah, I've heard those things. So you're not the first person to tell me that. It's interesting. Oh, neighbors are taking the trash out. It's trash night. I almost forgot. That would be bad. We've got a lot of trash. Okay, let's throw all this junk away, and we'll clean off this mat. And I'll just kind of sit and chat around with you guys. Bowstring wax. I do need to wax these strings. Okay, that's better. Let's see if we can't shake this off some. This thing gets too dirty. I need to get another one because I've kind of ruined this one, honestly. But it's a good work pad, and I like working on it for more than just wrapping arrows, so that's why I keep it out. I just enjoy it. It's just nicer. Bowstring wax, garbage. Fletching jig, we'll put like here. Is that in the way? No, we're good. One of my favorite bows I've had in the past year was the Mach 30. It was really great and super smooth, but the PSE, horrible customer service. I haven't owned a Mach 33 or 30, but I have owned PSEs, and you are 100% right about the customer service. It is garbage. I don't know how they're still in business, the way that they handle customers and stuff, but they do make a really good bow. Those Mach, that whole Mach series is really good. I shot the Sicario, phenomenal bow. I really like the Sicario. To be honest, the Sicario is just not. I couldn't justify it. It was good, but it wasn't $1,000 more good. And I know it's the carbon and whatnot, but I don't know. I just couldn't justify it. I will be right back, like 30 seconds. I got to take this trash out. Talk amongst yourselves. Geez. We got this decently organized now. Wow, there's still people here. Shocking. Oh, that camera. I gotta do something about that. I'm gonna adjust that very slightly. Bear with me. See if that's any better. Much better. That will work. Oh, what's up with this chair? Let's see. So you talked about MFJJ and Joel Turner. Do you watch them a lot? I did Elkshake's elk immersion last year, and it's super cool to meet them and have Josh show me how to work on all my bows. Yes, I definitely watch more of MFJJ because, well, just because he's got a ton of content. But I watch them both. I think Joel is, well, if he's not the best archer in the world, he's produced, and I don't think it's even controversial. He's produced one of the, if not the best archer in the world. Bodie. So anything I can get from him, I will take. But yeah, I watch them both. I would love to go into one of those elk immersions, but the problem is I live in Ohio, and they're usually quite the haul. There are talks of MFJJ doing something maybe at his place in Tennessee, which I would, if that happens, I will definitely be making the trip because that will certainly be worth it. But I'll be honest, I was very biased against MFJJ, and I judged a book by its cover hard with him. I thought he was funny looking, and I was like, this guy doesn't know anything. But if you actually watch him and don't just judge him based off a thumbnail like I did, he is fantastic. He knows more about archery than I probably ever will. And he is a wealth of knowledge. Like I have applied so much of his arrow building, his bow tuning, his just archery tips in general to my setups and to my shooting. And it has been a night and day difference. And same thing with Joel Turner and even Bodie Turner. All three of those guys, and Bodie's 18 or 19, which is insane. Like, can you imagine when he's 30? If he continues on the path that he's on right now, he will be incredible, and he's already incredible. So that's pretty impressive. But yeah, I like them both. All three do a really good job. What was I gonna do? Yeah, I'm gonna wax the string. So I did want to talk about this on this live. I feel, and I really need to retie D-loop. Oof. Probably just reserve that altogether. I don't know though. That D-loop's got a lot of life left, I think. And this bow right now is shooting so phenomenally, whatever. You know what I mean? I hate to take off this D-loop and readjust it because I just feel like I don't know, it's just perfect right now. So I'm not going to touch it. But anyways, waxing strings is something that is not talked about enough, and I don't think enough guys do it. So let me know if you wax your string. I probably average 50 arrows a day, every day. And this string I got this string put on in, what was it? I think August. So you do the math. September, October, November, December, January, February. February, so 6 times 50. So, or 600 times 50. What am I doing? 6. It's late. It's too late for math. 6 months times 6, 12, 8, 180 days times 50. So regardless, a lot of arrows. And this string isn't fraying or deteriorating. It still is in great shape. And I think that's primarily due to the fact that I just wax it. I probably over wax it, but I don't know that there's really a point that you can over wax a bowstring. Now I get it. If you've got big clumps of wax all over it, then yeah, you're probably over waxing it. But I think there's a lot more guys with dry bowstrings with issues than there are guys with over waxed bowstrings. How often do you guys wax? I am like once a week basically, and if I shoot in the rain, every time after the rain, I let it dry off, and then as soon as it's dry, I'm putting a fresh coat of wax on. I always want my string to be a little sticky, like just a little sticky to the touch. Could that maybe slow my bow down by a foot a second or a half a foot a second? I don't know, maybe, maybe, but I'd rather get the most life out of my string than worry about that. It's still got all its color. It's not faded, which happens quite a bit. There's no, like a lot of times you'll see guys that don't wax their bowstrings and they're just kind of fraying all over the place. And when you wax it, that doesn't happen, or it doesn't happen nearly as quickly. I'll say that. It's easier to do now that it's warmer outside. It's not quite as tough and hard. And I wax everything except something that's served. If it doesn't have serving on it, it's getting waxed. Even these yolks, the yolks on the cables, they get waxed too. Touch up this part here. And it's not like this is an expensive thing to do. This is probably the cheapest and the most effective way to make a bowstring last. Like I never have any of those covers on them. I get that maybe you want a cover so, you know, so they don't get ripped or torn, but I don't have any issue without it. And I go through some pretty thick stuff, so it's never really been much of a problem for me. Let's see, should be able to see that better now. Yeah, there we go. I am going to go live on TikTok too. Just because, why not? I don't like TikTok, but there's a lot of people still on it. So we'll go live. Go live. That'll work. Sweet. We got the target in the background too. Only problem is now I can't see my, I guess I can scoot that computer forward a bit, can't I? Quite a bit, actually. Oh, my light went out. Oops. There we go. That should be better. Oh, my light turned off again. What am I doing? This is horrible production. Only the best. Is that a mosquito? Are you kidding me? It is much too early for any mosquitoes to be out. Howdy, TikTok world. I'm actually... Okay, so I can still see down there. Okay, perfect. So we are good. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Changed again. There we go. Okay, let's just try not to touch anything now. Got to get the bow in both lives. Otherwise, nobody's going to watch. So I was going to talk. I'm running 2 different arrows this year. And 2 is it for now. I'm saying that for now. I'm running... first off, my main arrow for this year for turkey tournaments and all that good stuff is going to be the Easton's 5.0s. I love them. These arrows are surprisingly durable too. I was actually shooting today. Oh, I can't say that on TikTok, can I? But I was actually practicing today, and first shot of the day, I didn't dial my sight tape, and Well, I think all know what happened there. It was set at like 70 yards. And I even thought in my head, I said, this sight is not dialed to the correct range. So let me aim a little low. I was at 30 yards. I aimed about 6 inches below the target and it still sailed over because my sight tape was dialed to 90. So keep that in mind. That will happen. That will happen. My phone is going to die, isn't it? Well, so much for that. But with all that being said, the 5.0s are really durable. I'm going to go as far to say the 5.0s are more durable than these, which are the FMJs. These are heavier. I think these are a better hunting arrow, but I'd have a hard time saying they're as durable as the 5.0s. And I'll just say it. They're not. In my experience, they are not as durable as the 5.0s, which I thought opposite of. Like, holy cow, that one is bent like crazy. Oh, I can feel it. Yeah. So like I would have never known this if I just picked it up and shot this, but yeah, that's an issue. So I'm glad I just saw that. So we will toss that in the trash pile because that is not going to work. Take off the field point. You can never have too many of those. I'm not throwing away those, but yeah, that's so there's kind of a good example of what I'm talking about. Now, I'm not saying that in your opinion, in your experience, that the 5.0s will be more durable. But what I will say is this is crazy. I think I'm shadow banned on TikTok or something because it is so bad. Like I'm getting no views, no likes, nothing. Does not make any sense. It's just horrible. Appreciate the one viewer on TikTok, but yeah, something's up with TikTok. Or they just hate me because I don't align with their political beliefs. Very possible. Okay, that one's okay. How's this one? I know you can't see this, but I'm just spinning these arrows. The FMJ's been like crazy. You'll get mixed reviews. Some guys will say, "Oh, the FMJs won't. If they bend, a carbon arrow would have broken." Not true at all. Not true. Not true. Not true. These will bend. These will bend before a carbon arrow will break. So I know some guys will say that's not the case. But for me, it is 100% the case. So I don't know. They look cool, and it's a cool concept. But I just and again for hunting, I think that'd be fine because if you're one and done. But for target, if you're beating them up, yeah, I don't think they're worth it. I don't think they're a good option, honestly. That's just me, though. Teach their own. Well, it's getting pretty quiet out there. So we think we might wrap this up, but I appreciate all you who watched. Whoever the one viewer is on TikTok, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. YouTube, we had a much better discussion. I'm going to sign off now, though. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment in the latest video. I answer all my comments, so feel free to ask any questions. TikTok, hop over to YouTube, check it out. If you like anything or have any questions, I answer all the comments. I don't necessarily answer all the questions or comments on TikTok, but I will answer all the comments on YouTube. So if you really want an answer from me, go to YouTube and I will answer those questions. Well, we picked up at one more viewer, so make sure you guys like the live. YouTube, if you guys could like the live, I know that's so annoying. So many creators say that, people say that, but it really is a big deal and it does help grow the channel and the pages and the audience. So if you could do that, I would really appreciate it. I might stay on a little bit longer. Let's see what time it is. Um, we'll go till 9:30. Why not? Why not? Let's see what is going on. Oh, about tickets to Bowfest, all the way up in. Is it? I think it's Superior, Wisconsin, or Michigan, Wisconsin. Yeah, bought tickets for Bowfest, so I'm super super stoked to go up there. Going with a couple friends. My wife is going as well. She's gonna be the camera lady. But that will be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to that trip. Just looking forward to meeting some of the guys up there, getting to shoot with some of the guys. It should just be a really fun trip. I've wanted to do this for a couple years now and haven't been in a place where I could, but now it looks like I'm gonna have the chance to go up there, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So um, hopefully see some of you guys up there. Anybody have any plans of going to Bowfest? If you do, let me know. I'm really interested to hear that, and we will meet up. If you're on here right now and you say you're going to Bowfest, drop a comment and we'll meet up. Tickets are still available. I don't know that they have a cap on tickets, really. So I think you can go. I think you can buy them up to the day it starts or the day of. So not bad. I will be shooting the Tritech. I will probably bring the Dart or the Consequence just to have it because I like this bow. This bow has served me very well. I cannot make any negative comments about the Consequence. But yeah, I'm 100% shadow banned on TikTok. My TikTok lives usually are like 20 to 30 people. Not today. And then the video I posted on TikTok's probably going to ban me because I've got this going live right now. But I'm talking to my YouTube audience, so and I think I'm already shadow banned on TikTok. But I have finally been convinced that I think TikTok is the worst platform out there. It's a bunch of mush. There's hardly any content on TikTok that is worth anything, worth a dang. And it's all TikTok shop stuff. It's all just trying to sell you something. And most of it's just garbage. Like if you want quality content, you have to go to YouTube, and even that's getting a little bad. But like, and there's just so much. Like there's people that just are basically begging people to buy their programs, buy their classes, do this, do that, blah 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 blah. Just pick up the phone, just shoot. No, it's like don't just pick up the phone and shoot. Put some effort. Like I try to put a lot of effort. But a lot of effort goes into my YouTube videos, even the shorts and the shorts I put on TikTok. But I put them on TikTok basically as an afterthought because it's like, what's the point of putting anything on TikTok when it's like you don't get rewarded on TikTok for you're doing anything creative, right? Now, I know I'm complaining and it's annoying, but TikTok, there's just like I said, yeah, you just don't. There's hardly any reason to be creative on TikTok because it doesn't get pushed. It's like, okay, so I just spent 2 hours on this short and I uploaded it to TikTok and it gets 1 view. But if I hold my phone up in my face and blab about something or complain about something for 15 seconds, that'll get 500,000 views. Like, man, which is cool, but obviously a big part of this is for the views. Like it's cool to see people watching your video, but one of the biggest reasons that I make videos is because I enjoy it. I enjoy the creative aspect of it. I enjoy trying to tell a story and doing reviews and color grading and editing. I like all that goes into content. I don't just it's not just about the views stuff for me. I genuinely enjoy this. I enjoy experimenting with cameras, different lenses, different transitions. And again, it's like what's the point? So for me, TikTok's just kind of becoming an afterthought. It's like, yeah, okay, I've got these shorts edited for YouTube. So cool. Now I'll upload it to TikTok because it takes 30 seconds, but I don't get anything out of it. It's like whatever. But that's a lot of complaining. That's a whole lot of talking to not say very much. But anybody who's watching on TikTok, but there's like nobody, there's like 2 people. So if you're watching on TikTok, follow me on YouTube because YouTube is the best platform out there. Instagram and Facebook are a joke, but go over to YouTube. I think you'll appreciate it. It got long form, short form, all that good. Have any questions on arrows or arrow setup or arrow building in general? No, I do not build arrows for people. I have no desire to build arrows for people. I will build arrows for friends, but the arrow building market is very oversaturated right now. I think it's cool they're doing something like that, but it's not a space that I want to jump into right now. Again, I just think it's very much oversaturated. It's just not for me. But with that being said, I will probably I've got a website and I'm still working on a few things, but it's 3anchorsarchery.co. So that will be coming up here shortly. And I will be selling like components.